Hey buddy, Mark again. I just want to do a quick video as I pulled this out of my sister-in-law's Ford Explorer. I think it was either 2007 or 2009. Can't remember. But this is the heater. The heater. I don't know. I don't know the proper name of this stupid thing. But anyways, when you turn on your heat and you can hear that noise going and the heat's fluctuating and you know the different vents are opening. Well, this is the thing that does it. This little thing right here, it's got a little actually has a plug, so I can't move while it's without it plugged in. But this is what the problem is. You'll hear it, it'll be like click, 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 and it'll either be stuck on the heat or the AC sometimes. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Well, I'm going to show you why it doesn't do it and why you need to replace it, because you're not going to be able to fix it. Once you get this thing out, actually, let me show you first. I don't have the Explorer here, but I have my van, so it doesn't really matter. It's all in the same area. You're going to get in here, and you're going to go up inside of there. This is the console. Up under there, you can actually get in there, and you can take off a little panel down the bottom, and you can get in there without taking that whole thing apart. I got in there, I think it was like a 10 millimeter or something like that. Can't remember, but you're going to get up under there, and you can take it out. And when you do, you will pull this thing out. And I believe it only had 3 screws in it. If I remember right, I think it sat up in there like this. This is a little while ago I took this out. And it was only 3 screws. It wasn't all 4 of them. It was only 3 of them. Maybe it was supposed to be 4, but maybe someone didn't put one back. I don't really know. But when I got in there, there was only 4. So I don't know if this is a Ford one, but this is what was up in there. I'm pretty sure that was a Ford. This might be a remanufactured. Maybe someone else already replaced it, which I think someone did. But yeah, I think this was a remanufactured one. Not remanufactured, but no, aftermarket. And someone already replaced this, and then it died again. And I looked it up, and everybody tells you to say, do not get an aftermarket one. They're garbage. They crap. Not that the Ford ones are anything great, but I went and ordered a Ford one, and it didn't seem to have any problems so far. That was quite a while ago I did it. So anyways, and when you put it back into, you need to watch where this was, because when it goes back in, it's got to go back the way it was, like the other one. So just make sure it's in this position. Pay attention to that. And there's a gasket thing in there too, so you got to make sure you put that back on. Anyways, enough of that. When you get this thing, there'll be little tabs. You can get underneath this thing. You can do it without breaking. I've already, not that I care about this one, but I've already opened this one up and checked it out. So tabs all the way around it. Get in there, open it up, slowly but surely. You know, if you're caring about it and want to check it out, make sure that ain't the part, what ain't wrong with it. Just be careful. You can easily break these if you're not careful, or bend them, and we'll put it back together. So when you get in here, it's just gonna come apart. You can see where that arm was. The arm right there. Controlling this here, so when it goes back and forth, there's a little motor in there. That's why you got the electronics, and there's a little board in there and everything. So if you look at this, you're like, well, I don't really see anything wrong. But when you look a little bit closer, if I can show you, you'll start to see little pieces in there that ain't supposed to be, if I remember right. If you look at this one here, you get this grease off, that is actually broke. I don't know if that's going to show you that, but the splines on this one are broke. So every time this thing went around like this, you can see it would just be like click, 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 click. See, it's not touching it. So the motor would be spinning, it would just be like click, 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 click. And it won't do nothing. It won't rotate nothing because it can't. It gets to this point here and it just and it gets all jammed up. So that is your problem. This cheap plastic that they use for gears, you know, God forbid if we use metal anymore. That cheap plastic in there broke. The motor and everything ran fine. but the plastic was no good. So, anyways, replace this if you turn it on, you're trying to get the AC or to the heat, and it won't go, because this is the problem. It's not turning anything. It gets all busted up. These are all fine, but it was this one. That's the weak link. So, hopefully you got something good out of this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. But if your stuff is not, I think this was, wasn't even that expensive either. I think it was like, $30, something like that. I could be wrong. I could be off, maybe 40. But that is your problem. And now that I did this video, I can actually throw it away. But I may keep that, because that would be interesting to do with the kids. We'll do something with that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, share it, like it, hate it. It's all good. Thanks a lot.